Hello guys, welcome to another log of Digimon Pendulum COLOR Nature Spirits, and for today's log we have Piximon, also known as Piccolomon. Piccolomon is his Japanese version of his name. Piximon is the English dub version of his name. But anyway, before we continue with today's log, I just have to say if you're a fan of Digimon or raising virtual pets, you've come to the right channel because I document every Digimon that I raise and I upload at least twice a week, sometimes every day. So if you like what you're watching, please go ahead and throw the Piximon's pit bomb at the like and subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. Alright, let's get down to Piximon's log. As usual, we start with etymology and origin of his name, how he derived his name. Let's start with the Japanese version of his name, which is Piccolomon. Actually, apparently it's a mistranslation of pickle, which means very small. So I don't think it's like piccolo where it's trying to be talking about the instrument piccolo, right? In Dragon Ball there is this character called Piccolo, and it was deliberate because I think in that part of that saga every character was named after an instrument. So no, Piccolomon here in the Japanese version of his name was not meant to be referencing to an instrument. I've always wondered what is it got to do with that instrument. So in that case, no, I guess not. It's supposed to be a slight mistranslation of the English word pickle, which pickle means really small, right? As a matter of fact, for those who don't know, piccolo is actually a musical instrument, yeah. That looks a bit like a flute, but not really. Okay, so Piximon is easier. Basically, Piximon is the English version of his name. Pixie is short for pixie, which is basically tiny magical creatures that resemble fairies. So we all know that. Although they do look quite different in the world of Harry Potter, pixies there look less like fairies. But anyway, that is how it got its name, Piximon, which makes sense. And let's look at its profile on Digimon.net. A pixie Digimon that controls magic. Piximon can recite words in an advanced programming language from another dimension, allowing it to create wonders akin to magic. This mysterious Digimon can appear anytime, any place, and in any space. Now, I'm just going to pause here. This is very interesting because this part of his profile is very well represented in the Digimon World game. So back on Digimon World game in PlayStation 1, Piximon is also one of the Digimon that you can recruit as part of your efforts to rebuild the town. And in that game, in order to encounter Piximon, it's actually random. It doesn't appear always at the spot that you're supposed to see it. So I guess it is accurate to the part where it says it can appear anytime, but any place is a bit inaccurately represented in the game because it always appears in that specific spot if it does appear. So it's anytime, but it's not any place in that particular game. So it's just an interesting note. But yeah, I remember this, and that's why it was a little frustrating to try to get Piximon, especially when you have Digimon at the right level, but it was not reliable that you can consistently encounter it at the place that you need. On the other hand, you might be just crossing that area, that junction, innocently with a weak Digimon, and then suddenly you see a Piximon appearing there. So it was an interesting boss Digimon in that Digimon World game. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, getting back to Piximon's profile, while small, it possesses a special skill that allows it to seal off the ability of its foes, and it pulverizes the opponents with a single powerful strike. I think that was kind of featured in Digimon Adventure as well, if I recall correctly. Piximon loves a good prank and enjoys making computers run amok with the beloved spear fairy tale it always holds. Not that it bears any ill will, Good that they actually qualify that. This special move, Pit Bomb, compresses a computer virus, generating a super-powered explosion. Piximon uses terrifying attacks. Yeah, generating a superpowered explosion. Piximon uses terrifying attacks despite its appearance, so it might look cute, but it is very powerful, I guess that's what it's saying. Anyway, that's it for its profile, and as usual, with its profile, we will need to then move on to evolution conditions. Looking at evolution conditions, we refer to humulos.com, this awesome website by Humulos. This is my go-to site for any evolution condition requirements because I raise every Digimon on all these virtual pets like Vital Bracelet BE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color, Digital Monsters X. Its site has everything. So that's my go-to place for any evolution condition needs, and you should refer to that too if you're struggling to get any Digimon that you need. So, Piccolomon's evolution conditions. As stated here, evolves from Starmon. That's where we were in a previous log as well. You just need to make sure you have 1+ condition hearts, which means don't make too many kind of mistakes. Battle 15 times as Starmon and get a win ratio of at least 80% cumulatively, right? And then you can also evolve to Piccolomon via other types of Digimon like Kabuterimon, Totamon, Monochromon, Kuwagamon or Tailmon, which are all possible to evolve to Piccolomon via Jawgrass. So if you have any of those and you want to evolve to Piccolomon via Jawgrass, you can use those as well. Or you can just get Starmon and evolve naturally without the need for Jawgrass. So that is Piccolomon's evolution condition. It's quite straightforward. Piccolomon also appears in version 4 of Digimon Color, but he looks a bit different, so the evolution condition for that is different. And this, looking at this, it feels very nostalgic for me. As an original Digimon Pendulum owner, I did own the Digimon Pendulum Nature Spirits. So I mentioned that in some of my logs and how it makes me feel when I'm looking at these sprites. Piccolomon is one with strong nostalgia. Why? Piccolomon was the one that I obtained very frequently as one of the ultimate levels, which was a good thing. It was one of my favorites to obtain as a Jawgrass. So back then on the OG device, because we have no idea how it worked, we didn't have an evolution guide. Unlike now, we weren't so lucky. We had to try and error all the time, and having so many attempts at trial and error meant that my friend and I often Jawgrass with each other, not knowing what we are doing. So we will Jawgrass a vaccine and a vaccine Digimon, and we will get a vaccine and data Digimon, we will get Jagamon. I would take a virus Digimon, Jawgrass with a data Digimon and get Shogun Geckomon. And then we would take virus and vaccine to Jawgrass and get Piccolomon. So Piccolomon was one of my favorites to obtain. After all, we knew what kind of combination we're going to get. We just didn't know how to Jawgrass our way to mega level, right? That was very difficult for us to figure out. And also the fact that we couldn't reliably evolve into ultimate levels through that natural evolution, especially we didn't know that there was an RNG factor involved as well, and what were the requirements needed to evolve to ultimate level. It was just a shot in the dark. But the Jawgrass was very reliable. We knew the patterns after a while. We knew that virus and vaccine will always give you a data ultimate level back then. So Piccolomon was one of my favorites to obtain. It was so cool because firstly, he's a reminiscent of the ultimate level that appears in Foul Island in Digital Monsters version 4, because we know that that's its artwork, yet its sprite seems to have been given an upgrade. So as you can see in the sprite here, and we'll take a closer look later as well, that it has more exaggerated wings. Back on version 4, even though the artwork has wings, Piccolomon on version 4 didn't seem to have any wings. So they seem to have upgraded his sprite. It looks cool, the way he's flying around, he looks really cute, and his attack sprite looks fun as well. So Piccolomon is one of my favorites to obtain when we were Jawgrassing. And now to see it here, it hits differently. This nostalgic kind of a moment here. So anyway, enough about evolution conditions, which is wonderful. Helps us to get the Digimon that we want. Let's take a closer look at its sprite, shall we? Alright, let's take a closer look at Piximon here. This is Piximon idling around the screen. Let's move him to the usual iconic nature spirits background. So this is him. Oh, this looks so nostalgic. I really liked Piximon when he appeared on the original device because he looks so cool, so cute, and the way he's flying around the screen just gives it a very different kind of vibe. And I like it. I like how they refreshed that sprite. Like I mentioned earlier, they gave him wings that he didn't have in version 4, and he looks different. He looks very cute, not just the typical Mamimon that's just moving around the ground. So let's give it a piece of protein. So yeah, in the previous ones, all the Mamimon variations, basically the one that threw bombs, they just muck around the bottom, looking really small. But here Piccolomon looks closer to how its artwork is supposed to be, flying around, floating around, because that's what Piximon is. Let's give it a piece of protein to see its eating animation. That's his eating animation. Oh yes, I remember this. Oh, it looks so cute now. Now it's in color. It's even better. Like the wings are like colored with different, yeah, basically a slightly grayish tint to its outline. I think that's cool. They gave it a very different kind of look. Yeah, it's an additional effort there while keeping faith to the original 16x16 pixel design, right? So they're keeping through to it, but they did what they could through color. Oh, this is it shooting bombs, throwing those pit bombs. I remember, and looking at these bombs, it looks great. So not many of the, ironically in the original brick device, every version had a Digimon that shoots bombs. Because that's the standard, right? There's always one that shoots missiles, there's one that shoots bombs, and then there's one that shoots hearts, or maybe sonic rays or something. But in the Pendulum generation onwards, every Digimon pretty much has their own unique attack sprite. Not many of them have bombs. So it's quite cool to see Piximon here shooting pit bombs now. It became unique instead. It's not generic anymore. So that was his happy animation. Let's see its angry animation. You can see the happy animation here. It looks so cute. This is its angry animation. Oh, it's angry. It looks so cute when it's angry. That was Piximon. Piximon also appears in Digimon Adventure, where it was a very wise and Digimon to give advice to Taichi and Agumon when they were facing the struggles. Happy animation. But it had a totally different personality when it appeared in Ghost Game. It was a playful personality, like a pixie trying to mess with people, you know, typical pixie behavior, and then sending people back in time, etc. That was really cute as well. Totally different personality. And that's the thing about Digimon, right? They're unique like us. Every Digimon, even no two Piximon are the same. They all have their own unique traits and personalities, I guess. That's what they were trying to portray as well in that lore, in that universe. So Piximon has lost some weight. Obviously, its minimal weight is supposed to be lower, so it has lost some weight through training. And yeah, that was it, saying no more meat for me, I'm full. Alright, that's the evening sky, and it looks really cute. He sleeps at 9, he sleeps early. And this is his sleeping animation. Oh, it looks so cute. Hang on, I don't remember the wings being on the side. But then again, I might have been very diligent at putting Piximon to sleep that I didn't notice it. But I remember its face looking like this when it's sleeping, but not having wings at the side. This looks new. Did they modify it? Or was it always there, just that I didn't notice it? The wings at the side when it's sleeping. Anyway, well, if you have an idea, please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, it's just a fun note to notice. And that's it for today's log for Piximon. If you haven't already, please go ahead and throw the pit bomb and the like and subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. I document every Digimon that I raise and upload at least twice a week, sometimes every day. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!